Hi YouTube. So I took a shower and put on my jammies. Um and I'm gonna finish telling you some about my daughter because tomorrow is her birthday. Um anyway, let's see, where am I? She, I believe, was born with a mental illness. Although the skull fracture, I'm sure didn't help anything. And I took her for help when she was younger. But it started when she was about 3 and continued until she was maybe 8 or 9. And it kind of leveled out a little bit after that for a while. But when she was little, I used to wait for her head to spin around and puke green stuff because she would tear a room apart. She threw her little round red TV across the room. She was a strong little thing. She picked up twin-size mattresses and threw them. She threw severe fits. Now, like I said, I did take her for help. But I think some of it when she was young was rebellion, I believe due to what had occurred to her. And like I said, that goes back to father, hospital, DSS, and all that. But what I want to tell you is that as she got older, she had the kindest heart. She would give anyone the shirt off her back. She loved me, I believe, more than any of my kids did. Even though I had the most trouble with her, and had a hard time dealing with when the drug issue came into play. And when that came into play, wasn't in her teen years, like most would think. That came into play really as a young adult. When she was trying to raise her well, at that time she had one son. And she was trying to raise him. And she went and took a job at Myrtle Beach as a stripper. That is where she got on pills and snorting pills, like Oxycontin. And then it just went spiraling down from there. She ended up, believe it or not, marrying a North Carolina police officer who later ended up an undercover narcotics officer. Go figure. And they had a son together. The father of the first son never had anything to do with them. He doesn't even know his dad. And so the second husband, who was the officer, is the one that raised both of her boys. They did end up separating due to my daughter's fits and behavior. I don't know if she was doing drugs at that time or not. But as she got older is when the drug issue really got worse. Anyway, but like I said, it's a long story with her life, but I had a really hard time dealing with the drug issue. I could not be around her a lot of times. But one thing she never did that I'm aware of, that is. She never stole to get drugs. She either worked for it or whatever, but she never, to my knowledge, stole. If she wanted something, she'd ask for it. So I will give her that. And like I said, she had a really good heart. She was a good, loving, caring person. I did send her into, to get help several times, from when she was younger all the way up till adulthood. There was like 3 or 4 separate occasions that I did send her to get help. And like I said, unfortunately, the mental illness definitely was hereditary. And the drug issue comes along with that. Her father died from a heroin overdose. Now, I never let her meet her father because he was abusive to me. And I had to disappear with her because his parents were really wealthy, and the judge had ordered me to allow him to see her. After what he had done to her, there was no way. I moved to a couple of different states to protect her. But when she got 16, I gave her the opportunity that if she wanted to meet her father, and she knew the whole story, she knew everything, that for her 16th birthday, I would invite him down to North Carolina, which I did. And she did meet him, and I was really civil, considering. I even took him out to lunch. But anyway, like I said, she was a good-hearted, happy-go-lucky, good-spirited person. And she did go to church. As a matter of fact, the one thing that I have is her, let me see if I can hold it straight and you can see it. Maybe you can see this side. It is her Celebrate Recovery chip. Now I know she had many, but this one, when she got the when I got the pocketbook back, was in her pocketbook. Like I said, the girl's daughter stole the pocketbook. She disappeared right after, and I'm thinking she did this because she needed time for her injuries to heal. Because otherwise, the cops, if they had questioned her right after, they would have seen that she had injuries, and they would have known for a fact that a fight did indeed occur. Now, I believe maybe the fight initiated with my daughter and her, and then the boyfriend and the brother, and God knows who else jumped on my daughter. This is, in my opinion, pretty much a fact. Because, like I said, the girl that was with her friend's daughter that night did say that there was a fight. And the girl took off to the beach right after. Wasn't even there when the ambulance came. She took off, and she stayed gone for weeks before coming back. None of them ever came to the hospital to check on my daughter. None of them ever asked how she was doing. None of them. But the mother and the daughter that I suspect of killing my daughter did show up at the church at her funeral service and was sitting in the back row. And they immediately left after. Okay, well, anyway, before this gets too long, like I said, there's so many long stories about my daughter's life and, her father and all that. But here is a photo of all 4 of my daughters. She is the one that passed, Keisha. This is my youngest, Alicia. And these two, believe it or not, are twins. But they are fraternal. And this is Letitia and Latasha. And they are fraternal twins. And I'm going to add some more pictures at the end of the video of my daughter. And this is what I have of her, because, y'all, I didn't want to keep the big urn. I knew I was going to be in an RV and hopefully traveling. And I did not want to keep my daughter's big urn. My daughter has a nice, my twin daughter Letitia has a nice home and a nice cabinet, and she's got her ashes in there. But this is, I don't know if you can see this. Hold on. It's got doves on it. This is the little urn that I have. And the big urn is identical to it, except for that it has some writing on it, her date of birth, death, and like a saying, like a poem. But this is the urn. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful urn. And this is the box that they put it in. It's a blue velour. And anyway, it's got beautiful engravings on it, as you can see. So this is what I kept. And my other daughters, you know, they have crosses with her ashes in it. There's some more of these. Her son, oldest son, has one. And in the photos that I attached to the video, I'm going to show you, I'm just putting that back. I'm going to show you a picture of me and my little sister, Shirley, and you'll see a baby. And that is Keisha. And you'll see a picture of my daughter and her two boys. So I'm going to attach the pictures of her kids. Like I said, tomorrow's her birthday. So I wanted to at least get this part of the video out. And I might take breaks on the rest of this crazy story. And me raising her, you know, what I went through raising her, due to the mental illness. Some people have no understanding of mental illness and drug addiction. They don't know what they're talking about. And I have to bring this up because I watched an earlier video of Madams. And she had stated that when she was arrested for shoplifting there in Florida, that she was under the influence of a fentanyl patch, oxycodone, Percocet, and 2 diazepines, Valium, and Xanax. Y'all, that's 5 really heavy-duty drugs. Now, I'm going to tell you. And she said she was wandering around stealing cashmere sweaters and whatnot. Y'all can go watch that video for those of you who know who Madam is. The fact is, y'all, no. She would have been dead or in a coma on life support. No one is going to take that amount of drugs and walk around and steal cashmere sweaters. No one. That is just a bald-faced, downright excuse for a thief. And as I said, my daughter also had a drug issue. But she never stole. Now, I did, on the other hand, have a sister that had mental illness and a drug issue who did steal. Not like compulsively, you know, non-stop. And I'm really surprised because, oh my God, my mother would chop her hands off. But anyway, there's some funny stories about my sister as well. All right, well, y'all take care. God bless. Have a good night.